Hey, welcome back to the Kingdom Message. My name is Gerald Gooch. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet today. Uh, I've been studying, I've been YouTubing a lot, and I've been studying a lot of different religions, just seeing, just listening to some of the messages and stuff like that. And one thing that I have discovered is that all the religions other than the kingdom, have man, have been founded by men. All of them. And I'm talking about a lot of the denominations that I came up in, under the one religion that I came up in was, when you go to different denominations, you you would discover, that, especially different organizations that are under the denomination were discovered by men. And the reason why they were discovered is because of one thing: disagreements amongst men. Disagreements amongst men. And I can't tell you how many times have I seen this. Somebody go out and start another organization because of a disagreement. And what I've learned, even back in the 7th century, or even beyond the 7th century, there were religions started because of disagreements. And this is how we got so far from the original kingdom message. And I'm saying, be careful. Be careful who you listen to, because the devil, he's a great influencer. He's a great influencer. He's very charismatic, you know. And a lot of people, man, they, they, it ain't got nothing to do with the kingdom. It's the leader. They're fascinated about the leader. But again, they're influenced by man. They're influenced by man, and be careful. Even Paul said, uh, he warns us. I believe it's in Galatians 1. He warns us, to be careful of false teaching. And a lot of what I've been hearing is a lot of false teaching, according to what I believe. This right here. And even those who profess this, you have to be careful. Because if they're not teaching this kingdom message, man, the kingdom message, I'm not talking about religious message. I'm not talking about shouting, hooping, and hollering and all of that kind of stuff. I'm talking about a message that's going to deliver you and free you, man. And just like the woman at the well. Jesus met the woman at the well. He said, that water right there is temporary, in words, but the water I give you, you'll never thirst again. That's what I'm talking about. The message I'm talking about, giving you a word, giving you something, man, that giving you the kingdom will give you the kingdom. That living water is the kingdom, the message of the kingdom, and all of its righteousness, and understanding all of its righteousness. You know what I'm saying? And learning, the ways of the kingdom. That's what's going to sustain you, because this other stuff, to me, does not sustain you. And I'm talking about different. I ain't just talking about the religion I came up in. I'm talking about the even the other message, other religions. I'm trying not to mention names, because I don't want to get nothing started. But I'm trying not to mention names. But there are other religions. They're not teaching. They're not giving you anything that's sustaining. I promise you, if you ever get this message, man, you'll never thirst again. Because I'm telling you, it changed my life. It changed my life. Another thing that I discovered is that most of these religions, even the religion I came up in, all it does is promote division. The kingdom, one thing that I've learned is the kingdom promotes unity. But I mean, and I've seen it. First of all, there's an old saying: the most segregated day of the week is Sunday. Think about that. But even to the point to where the religion I came up in, if you weren't under a certain name, denominational name, you were deemed to be not a Christian. You were deemed to be going to hell because this is the right way right here. No, you're supposed to be under this one umbrella, which is called the universal umbrella. It's called the kingdom. And we're supposed to be on one accord. And we're supposed to be touching and agreeing. And there's so much division in the religion I came up in and in the religion in other religions. Why? Because one thing that I've noticed, in every religion, there are spin-offs. Somebody goes, because of a disagreement, they go off somewhere and they start another organization. Supposedly under the same whatever you call yourself. But that's not, what they're teaching is not right. So we're going to go over here and we're going to teach the right thing. And then here we go again. They get going and then they start having disagreements and here we go. This is how religions get started. And that's why I'm saying, seek ye first the kingdom. It's all about kingdom. Learn about the king, his kingdom, and his government. Period. Excuse me. Me personally, I do not hold up not one flag of any religion. The only flag that I hold up is the kingdom flag. I grew up as a Christian. I say that. You can call me a Christian. You can label me as a Christian. I'm not mad. I don't care. I am a follower of Christ's teachings. I am a follower of Christ's teachings. And that's it. I'm not a follower of a denomination anymore. Don't want to, and I'm not sitting here saying that I won't go into a denominational church or whatever. That doesn't bother me. That stuff don't bother me. But I'm just saying, my personal conviction, my personal relationship with Christ. I am a follower of his teachings. But I do not hold up any flag of any denomination or any religion other than the kingdom. You have to be careful. And you have to be careful because, like I said, you got the kingdom over here. What we're about is unity. If you look at the world today, there's no unity in the world. So again, when Jesus said, pray this, our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name, your kingdom, send your kingdom. Please send I'm asking them, please send your kingdom. Because there's unity in your kingdom. Send your kingdom so your will can be done. So this whole earth can be under the kingdom rule. So this whole earth can be on one accord. So this whole earth can be in the will of God. Because right now, this earth is not in the will of God, a part of the will of God. Only the kingdom, those who believe and understand and are living spiritually in this kingdom will understand this and they will follow this. Other than that, all that other stuff sounds good, looks good. Your uniforms look good. Your everything, all that stuff looks good. I'm sure that it has influenced a lot of people. Some of these leaders, man, they're very charismatic and all that good stuff. You can have it. It doesn't impress me. You can have it. Not me. Because I do not want to be a part of anything that is a part of division. I don't want to be a part of anything that teaches hate. You know, I don't want to be a part of it. And trust me, the religion that I came up in, it promotes hate. Trust me, been there, done that. Been in it, been around it. And we're supposed to be under the kingdom. We're supposed to be brothers and we're supposed to be sisters. I am not supposed to sin against my brother. If you're part of the kingdom, then you are my brother. That's what Jesus preached. That's what Jesus preached. He didn't preach anything about disagreements. He didn't preach anything about denominations. The Bible doesn't even preach it. The Bible doesn't even preach it. But the spirit of the evil one, he's got a hold of these religions, man. He's got a good hold of these religions right now. The spirit of the evil one, he's called the devil. He has a stronghold on every religion that I know of. And here's the thing. Here's another thing, man. I've only studied and YouTubed a few religions, but man, there are thousands of different religions, different organizations. How in the world can it be so? Why? I mean, and again, I have to say, I'd rather be under the one true kingdom, the one that's preached here, than to be going from, okay, this one don't line up with what I believe, so I'm gonna go over here. This one kind of lines up with what I believe. No, that's not how it goes. This is the word. And here's another thing that I've learned. Most of the religions get a lot of their teachings from this right here. They just twist it to fit their belief, their personal belief, and then they start. Most of the teachings start right here. Then a man takes and twists it to fit what his personal, what he believes, and then he goes out and starts a religion. But if you really read some of their messages, some of their material, it starts right here. I've learned that. I have definitely learned that. Oh man, I said I was going to try to keep it short. I'm going to try to keep it short. All I'm saying is, be careful of who you follow. Even Paul warned us against false religion or false teaching. He warned us against false teachers and or what we call denominations today, because the denominations are teachers. Okay. Let me see if I can find this. Paul, he also preached on division. I'm just going to read this one little short verse in 1 Corinthians 13. It says, "Is Christ divided? Was Paul crucified for you, or were you baptized in the name of Paul?" You know, again, I sit here and say, I have, especially when I was coming up in the religion I was in, but even now, I have so many. When people try to engage me about certain things, they want to debate this right here. They want to debate. They want to debate certain things that they were taught in their denomination. I don't do that no more. I don't do that no more. It is even it is or it ain't. Or I don't know. But I don't debate. I don't do that no more. Because we're going back and, this is, we call ourselves, to be under this one universal thing. But yet still we have all these different organizations under this one thing teaching different stuff. I try to stay away from that. For me, it's just the kingdom. For me, it's just the kingdom. Jesus teaching, I am a Christ follower. Woo-wee. All I do, for me, I recognize myself as a disciple of Christ, a follower of Christ's teachings. Nothing big, nothing small. I just want to live under the kingdom rule, not a religious rule, but the kingdom rule. I want to be free. Amen. God bless you. I will see you on the next one. Pray for me, man. Please pray for me, because this is hard. This is a hard message. When you start going against the grain, when you start teaching and talking about stuff, man, especially when you start, you going up against the devil, you really, really need the protection of the kingdom, which is his angels, which is the army of the Lord. I really need the protection of his angels to put their hedge around me while I do this, because I have experienced the attacks of the enemy since I've been doing this. Hey, thank you. God bless you, man. And welcome to the kingdom. If you accept this message, man, I pray, man, you accept this message. You get baptized. You be born again under, the water and the spirit. And welcome to the kingdom.